Hey, it's Johnny Marks. Thank you so much for checking out the Marks in the Morning podcast. Remember, you can listen to myself, Kerri, Mac, and JP weekdays from 6 to 10 live on K92.3.
Countdown, get a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
All right, it is Marks in the Morning. Welcome back. Hump Day as we make our way through the second week here in March. And you just heard Rebecca's forecast. It's going to be another nice, warm day. Might get our first, I don't know. I don't want to say our first thunderstorm. It doesn't sound like we'll have like a full-on thunderstorm, but at least some rain. Not much snow left. That should finish it off. Kerri, Mac, you're seeing the Cedar Valley for the first time without all the snow and the cold, and you can actually enjoy it. Did you go out for a walk or anything yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I was very surprised that there was grass here in Iowa. I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
We also have this thing called corn. You'll see in about 2 months. You'll see them out there in the fields. Probably less than that. Getting it planted, and then by July you'll start really see it everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Maybe
That's where all the children are, right? The children of the corn?
Only at night. Actually, no, that's Nebraska. Didn't that take place in Nebraska?
Yeah, it took place in Nebraska, but JP said it was filmed in Iowa.
That's right. The remake was too. All right, so you got a chance to see. I don't know if you actually did this, but off the air, you were telling me you were going to go for a little walk and hit up one of your favorite watering holes. Did you do that last night?
I went for a little bit of a walk, but I wasn't feeling much for a drink. I had some wine spritzers at home, so I was like, I'm going to dive into these first.
My wife and I were talking about you yesterday.
Ooh.
And I was saying, oh man, if I lived in a nice hotel, you live in you're staying in a very nice place. And I said, man, I'd be out every night. I'd be hitting the town. I'd be sitting outside when the weather's nice. I would be blah, blah, blah. And she said, you could do all that here for a lot cheaper. And I said, yeah, you're right. So she busted my dreams and my chops. But I'm so glad that you're getting to see it. So another nice day on the horizon. It's Marks in the Morning. Gender Bender this week, sponsored by Silver Eagle Harley Davidson. We'll play again at 7:35. Tomorrow on the show, we got Justin Moore. We're really excited about that. Yes, country star Justin Moore. It's not a swerve where we bring on some guy named Justin Moore who lives in, Buchanan County somewhere. We're talking about the guy who's going to be at the Buchanan County Fair in Independence, July 8th. He'll be with us tomorrow after 8 o'clock. I bring that up now just as a reminder. And if you know you can't listen after 8, check out our podcast tomorrow after the show. You're going to want to do that because it'll probably be a good interview. All right, so that's coming up. Also, free food from McDonald's. We've got these new crispy chicken sandwiches. We're going to start giving more of these away after 9. It's Marks in the Morning, and it's Luke Bryan starting us off today. Marks in the Morning is on K92.3, Cedar Valley's #1 for new country. Our jobs prohibit it, but do you think you could live without social media if it wasn't a part of work, Kerri, Mac?
Oh, geez, I don't think I could.
I was thinking about this morning, and the reason I started thinking about it was because I kind of was paying more attention to my morning routine. I don't think there's a human being, I don't want to put an age on it, but I don't think there are many people, especially that listen to K92.3, that don't start their day by first rolling out of bed and second, or maybe not even before they roll out of bed, opening up their smartphone and checking social media. I mean, no matter what, you go to bed probably knowing where the world is at the time you've put your head down, right? So maybe news isn't the first thing you're going to check, but you don't necessarily know what, your friend Shelly got up to last night, so you got to check on that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I always have to know what Shelly's doing. Because
what's she up to?
But I totally get that. But what I've been trying to do is put my phone away at night. My dad got me a sound machine for my birthday.
Yeah, and your sound machine also has an alarm feature, right?
Yes.
I bring it up. I bring up the social media thing because I am one of the few people that doesn't use my phone for an alarm. I have alarms set for like reminders.
Really?
1 o'clock. Remember to send email to so and so or whatever. I'll use an alarm if I'm taking a nap, but otherwise I have a genuine, good old fashioned plug it in alarm clock at home. But I still find myself waking up and reaching for my phone, and a lot of it is work stuff. I'll check because I go to bed earlier than most of Iowa because we get up so early. Of course, if you're up at this hour with us, you're probably getting to bed pretty early as well, or regretting it at 6 o'clock when your alarm goes off. But I can't help it. I always still check social media, and I don't like social media because I like it for work. But if you follow me, I do a lot, or I try to do a lot with my story on Instagram, which then goes to my Facebook. Otherwise, I don't do much. I do a lot of work stuff that, my name doesn't get attached to, but I don't do a lot of posting. I don't like talking about myself. But yet, I'm fascinated by other people that do it.
Yeah, you can be a bit of a curmudgeon when it comes to social media.
I prefer old-fashioned.
You are old-fashioned.
Not everything needs to be shared.
Well,
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I totally get that. But for me, I've kind of grown up with social media, and unfortunately, it's like a bit of a crutch. So it's just so bad. I've been trying to like wean myself off of it.
No, I get it. And I think a lot of people are. There's been movements like 2020, one of the big things was not drinking alcohol. And so like Coors and Budweiser, they came out with beers with no alcohol. They claimed they had the same flavor, but no alcohol, right? There are movements with each year. And I'm wondering when the move away from social media will happen. When a group of people, influencers, younger people, will say, boop, and put their phones down more. Maybe not put their phones, but stop using them for social media.
I have 2 points to that. I feel like I'm in debate right now. Well, first of all, I know Instagram has been trying to get away from like the public seeing your likes or you seeing the likes that you get on your posts.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a good way that a good direction we're heading in, because I feel like I personally seek out affirmation and seek out confirmation.
I think a lot of people do. Although, haven't they already gotten rid of that on videos? It just shows you like how many people have viewed it. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. I don't know what videos you're viewing. Maybe the ones that are still in that little canister that you play, like the film canister.
Oh, no. I'm viewing the ones from our page. Like, I don't see any likes on them. Or maybe just nobody likes them. I don't know. Either way, it's possible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just waiting for... I mean, I'm not rooting for it because it's good for us, but I'm waiting for a day when people don't rush to social media to tell the world everything.
Yeah.
And I kind of blame Twitter because Twitter became just an outlet for short thoughts. They've expanded how much you can type in now, so now they're longer thoughts. But I don't know. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
But then again, remember, I was here before social media. So
and I'll be here after. Jeez,
I hope so.
Oh, my goodness.
Random facts are coming up on Marks in the Morning. What are the weirdest job-related searches people are doing? I'm going to tell you what Iowa's is. So these would be, if you looked at Google Trends, job-related searches, not for jobs like, is John Deere hiring or is Tyson hiring? No, these are like, how do I get fired was one that showed up, not in Iowa, but it was Connecticut's top job-related search. That's an interesting one. I would think you could figure that out. I'll share with you coming up on
As your random facts.
Google Trends is a crazy thing. You can find most any bizarre search if you look hard enough. And so I've done just that for you here. Weird job-related things people have searched for. We'll get to Iowa's in a second, but I'll start with, I don't know. Let's start with Missouri, our neighbors to the south. Cardinals jobs. Well, that's, of course, the home of the St. Louis Cardinals. That's not terribly weird. Everybody just wants to work for the baseball team. Illinois, you take the cake. This is my favorite one that you'd think would go to Wisconsin. Drinking at work. Drinking at work. But in Wisconsin, they were very Wisconsin. They went with cheese jobs. Cheese jobs. South Dakota, very amicable. Nurse jobs, looking for, maybe being an RN or something. All right, so what is Iowa's? Iowa's weirdest job-related search. Again, these are not, is John Deere hiring or anything like that. These are searches people are doing about their job. Good excuses was Iowa's, which I can only imagine means for missing a day of work or for being late or for not really being sick but saying you are. I don't know. Washington State got it right. They just went with how to call in sick. We're just looking for more broad excuses.
Oh, I love that so much.
I don't understand Texas. Texas's job search, corporate goth. Goth, like Goth.
Corporate, like, are you going to walk in there with, like, deep, dark black eyeliner? Is that what you're trying to do?
I guess so.
Are you wearing those, like, studded boots?
Florida's very Florida. Jobs that don't drug test.
Oh, okay. That fits the MO. That makes sense.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over in Oklahoma, they're actually doing the opposite. Marijuana jobs. They're looking to work with drugs. So
cool.
Interesting. I'll put up all 50 of these a little bit later. I like. Okay, here's another good one. New Mexico. What should I do with my life?
Oh my! Who hasn't searched that? I mean, I have, definitely.
If you got to take to Google for help with what you should do with your life, you might want to reconsider everything you've done so far. Also, Wyoming or Montana. Montana's was really funny. Of course, they're a border state, right? Canada jobs was their top search. I'm getting out of here. Canada jobs. Anyway, your home state, Pennsylvania, sleeping at work or sleeping on the job.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The Amish know what's up.
Priorities are in the right place there. All right, we'll be back on Marks in the Morning in just a little bit here with news, weather, and Maddie and Tay. Let's hit Maddie and Tay and Chicken Fried from Zach Brown Band on the way.
I'm Maren.
Marks in the Morning on the mighty K92.3. You know who's going to be on our show tomorrow? Justin Moore will be joining us after 8 o'clock on Marks in the Morning on Friday Junior tomorrow. And the post is still up, right? If you have a question for Justin, you can submit it on the K92.3 Instagram.
On the Marks in the Morning Instagram.
Marks in the Morning Instagram.
Yeah, but you can also, because we regrammed it, which I know is a word you really like, onto the K92.3 page, so you can check it out on the story on either page.
Yeah, awesome. So he'll be with us again after 8 o'clock. Remember, he's got 2 shows here in Iowa coming up. Buchanan County Fair in July, and then in September he'll be back at the Alliant Energy, what is it called? The Powerhouse? Cool name.
The Powerhouse.
Cedar Rapids, formerly the U.S. Cellular Center, same venue, same building. We also have tickets to the Eli Young Band. They're going to be there at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse in March, this very month. And Saturday later on in the month. No, I'm sorry, they're there on a Wednesday, the 24th. So many dates to keep track of. I should write things down, but I try to go from memory. Do you find that your memory does it fail you often? Do you have to write things down?
The thing is, it depends on what it is exactly. When it's something I have to remember, I need to write it down. But if it's some inconsequential thing like your birthday or someone else's birthday, I'll remember it off the top of my head.
And I'm the opposite. I'm bad with dates, birthdays. That's why I like just looking at the calendar, go, gosh, when is Eli Young Band? You're good with that.
Yes, I'm very good with dates, but I'm not good with anything else.
I'm really bad with names. Names get me. Names I forget, and I feel terrible because in radio, when you go out and you do a lot of broadcasts and people come and say hi, you want to remember their name, right? And I just struggle with that. I won't remember. The 3 things I won't remember are dates like your birthday. That's why I need Facebook or a calendar. Your name, unfortunately, and where you're from.
Oh, no.
I just struggle so much with that. I don't know why. There's got to be memory games or memory muscle games, but there's other things I'll remember very well. Sports scores, specific.
So things that actually don't matter.
Well, they matter in a conversation. So once you meet Jim and you find out Jim's a fan of whatever team, he's an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, you go, oh, yeah, well, you were at the day when they retired, blah, blah, but I can't remember Jim's name. That's the problem.
I have a few tricks to remembering people's names or finding out people's names if I forget them.
Is it something with their name where you have to do turn it into an acronym? Is it one of those types of things? Because that's going to hurt my head.
No, I go up to them and I'm like, hey, can I follow you on Instagram? What's your What's your username?
See, that's okay for you. If I do, hey, it's nice to meet you, Casey. Can I follow you on Instagram? Slap. Ow. Very different. Do you think that I get what you're saying? That's like your roaming business card.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to start going up to people and go, hey, can I follow you on LinkedIn? Sounds very professional. LinkedIn is not where you go to share with the world that you've, just pricked out a new shirt. That's where you go to share with the world who you are. And you're the one that told me when somebody checks your LinkedIn, you can see that they've checked it.
Oh, it's so funny. A girl I went to college with had a crush on a TA and she looked him up on LinkedIn. And she was terrified when I told her, and she never showed up to that class again.
Oh, can you imagine her. What if the TA was like, wow, I really hope so-and-so checks, wants to be friends or, something more. And then he saw that she checked him out on LinkedIn, and he was like, I can't wait to talk. I'm going to do it tomorrow's the day. I'll talk to her after class. And then she never showed up again.
Well, I don't think that was going to be the case because she had a tendency to be a little extra.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, she was extra tardy, apparently, from that class from there on in. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes on Marks in the Morning. Good news. We have a lot of music on the way. FGL's coming up next, for example. And we have news for you, music news coming up with Nashville news. What you got, Kerri Mack? Can you give us a sneak peek?
Yeah, actually, this is about Justin Moore.
Oh, and I think I know the story, and we're not going to ask him about this tomorrow because he sounds kind of embarrassed about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a good story. We'll hear from Kerri Mack talking about Jay Moore next. If you can get a high of 70, it's going to be a bad day to be a light beer, I think. First, maybe 70-degree day. Hope so. Broke some records yesterday. in and around the Cedar Valley. Waterloo breaking a record. Cedar Rapids broke a record. Highest temperature for the 9th of March, which is yesterday. See if we can do it again today. Keep you posted on that. It's Marks in the Morning. All right, coming up in just a couple minutes here, I want to, Kerri teased us yesterday by telling us she had a home remedy that involved, was this a nightly ritual that you used to / still do with the Vaseline that you talked about like in 2 seconds? That's all we learned yesterday.
Well, it wasn't a nightly routine. It would happen whenever I would have some issues with my feet.
Okay. This will be interesting. What I want to get into is your home remedies, things you do that, let's say you can't go into Hy-Vee and go to the pharmacy and buy to take care of whatever. It sounds like maybe lotion. This is a substitute or like a super lotion.
Yeah, or cold cream. I used cold cream a lot.
Yeah. I've heard of people using Vicks Vapor Rub, not just for congestion. Anyway, so let's get into it on Marks in the Morning. If you have something to share, you can do so with us by sending Morning Old Wine Huskies. How about that for dogs, huh? Been going to school today. It should be a nice day all around the Cedar Valley and K Country. We're looking at a high of, we'll say 70 with, some rain, some light rain. Not the time of year we complain about rain. Maybe in June or July if you've got outdoor plans, maybe. But March, it's hard to complain when it's pre-April showers. So can't complain about that. All right, Kerri Mack and I have, we've been talking about this a little bit over the last day or so, and I thought this would be great to talk about on the radio. Homemade remedies. This is the time of year I suffer badly from spring allergies. I don't get them bad in the fall. I don't really have summer allergies. Winter, everything is so dry in the winter. That's not fun to talk about home remedies. But allergies get me in this time of year. You've seen it. Me and JP go around the building sneezing up a storm.
Oh my gosh. And you guys sneeze like dads. You know that feeling when they're just so percussive?
Dad sneeze so that everybody knows they've sneezed.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you sit down and you go, ah! You don't need to make that noise, but then everybody in the house knows you've just sat down.
It's the only time they're allowed to feel anything sometimes.
Well, we won't get into JP's personal life, but yes, I suppose so. All right, so household remedies, homemade remedies, whether it's a product that's being used in a way it wasn't designed for, or you're actually jimmy rigging some sort of, I don't know, something to remedy a situation that you're suffering from. Kerri, you've got to elaborate on the Vaseline feet thing that you started on a couple minutes ago.
So, especially when I was younger, I had some issues with very, very, very dry feet. And my mom showed me this thing where I would just slick up my feet with Vaseline, even put some in the socks, put a good clump on there, and just slip those on and go to bed, and my feet would always feel so much better in the morning.
I thought for sure you were going to say, and then throw my shoes on and go to school or whatever.
No!
You'd have it all day. You'd hear like you were walking on snow or something. That's where I really thought you were going.
Do you remember those jelly shoes back in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
They were actually just socks full with Vaseline. Well, it was either Vaseline or cold cream. Cold cream was my mom's go-to. For everything, whether it's taking off your makeup, if you have some dry skin, if you have dry feet, that was the thing. Cold cream or Vaseline.
In the socks, though.
In the socks, but also on the face.
Yeah. So you'd sleep the whole night with these socks with Vaseline.
Yeah, it was very slick. It was like two electric eels along my feet.
Well, there's an image for you.
No, but it's such a sensory thing, too. And maybe I'm one of those people who, it might not work, but it feels like it works.
Yeah. Well, that's half the important thing is that you feel better. So even if it's not actually benefiting your skin, but it makes it, I don't know, if it makes the day more bearable. I don't have a ton of household home remedies. I love my mom. My mom and dad are divorced, and my mom wasn't the most I don't know. She wasn't the most intuitive with things. It'd be just buy whatever the product is and slap it on. So Robitussin for kids when I had a cough, and that was it. It wasn't, mixing peppermint. I've heard of peppermint. Peppermint's a big one.
Okay, yeah.
That you can use. I've heard of peppermint relieving bloating, other digestive issues.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We have 3 cats. They hate the smell of peppermint. So peppermint is mostly used, and this is my remedy for cat scratches. We'll put peppermint oil or peppermint extract in wood areas. We have a wood floor, but in areas where the cats scratch the wood.
Wow.
And it works. I mean, every 3 or 4 days you have to do it again because the essence wears off. The cats won't even, they hate the smell of peppermint. I mean, you have to use the strongs. You can't use like an imitation or like a watered down. You have to take like a peppermint essential oil and be willing to smell it yourself because you can smell peppermint. You just rub it a little bit on the wood.
That's why your house smells so nice whenever I go
why?
over. I'm like, wow, it smells like peppermint. It smells like mint. My mom was also of the school of thought that salt water, no matter what it is, it'll work for everything. We would always go to the ocean every year, Virginia Beach or Florida, and she'd always be like, "Oh, you're hurting? Go into the ocean. You got to sniffle? Go into the ocean."
Man, if you, heaven forbid, you had some really bad, like cancer, God forbid, you'd end up at the Dead Sea. She said, she's like, all right, that's it. We're going to the Dead Sea. We're going to the big one.
We're going. This is where Mama. This is Mama's house right here.
We're gonna float away your problems.
Exactly.
Right. What about you? The only thing that we really have now that we do at home, besides for cats, like the peppermint, is occasionally Hannah will have to use. You know what a neti pot is when you're really dealing with sinus issues.
She makes her own natty pot. Ew.
No.
Ew. What does she use?
Makes her own neti pot. She makes her own solution, and not often. It's cheap and easy to find, but it has something to do with salt water. You made me think of it when you mentioned the salt water.
My mom was right. Salt water can fix everything.
Your mom was right.
Whenever I had a cut or anything, she'd be like, "Go into the ocean." She wouldn't give me a Band-Aid or anything. She was just like, "Go swim for a minute."
You tell your friends, we're going to Virginia Beach for a getaway. It'll be fun. And your friends will be like, "Oh my, are you going to check out this restaurant or this?" No, we're going to sit in the ocean and get rid of all of our wounds. We're not going to have fun. We're not even staying at a hotel. We're just going to sit in the water.
Yeah, we got a message on the K92.3 app from our friend Carol. Hey, Carol. She says honey and lemon for sore throat. I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. And honey in general for your throat is good, unless you have children or little kids and they could choke. But for adults, it works really well. I drink coffee every morning. I love it, but you pay for it with your voice. I've heard tea and honey, obviously together, work really well.
It does. I also am maybe I'm just like my mom. Ice water always helps with everything.
Ice water. You sound like a doctor there. You need to drink more water. I'll take my Mountain Dew. Thank you very much. All right, let us know, what is your home remedy that you swear by? Go to the K923 Facebook page, type that in, or K Country. You'll find us right away. Or you can tap the message button like Carol did and let us know on the K92.3 app what your home remedy is. We'd love good news. We got 10 minutes to go till we start off our giveaways for the day with Gender Bender. We'll have free McDonald's later on in the show. But Gender Bender's coming up in 10 minutes, sponsored by Silver Eagle Harley Davidson. So your chance to win is coming up. We got a lot of messages here. Remedies, home remedies that people are using. I'll read you Gina's that came in just a minute ago. My mom always said to sit on the pot if you had a tummy ache or anything of that nature.
Sit on the what?
Sit on the pot.
Oh.
I assume it's a toilet.
Why? I mean, I'm not going to go.
If anything's going to happen, it might as well be there, right? Better than in the kitchen.
True. Our friend Mary on Facebook said Vicks works wonders. Sore, rub on the throat, the ears, feet, bumps, bruise. So again, it's like my mom's saltwater remedy.
Yeah.
It fixes everything.
Vicks does work on pretty much everything.
Oh my gosh. And the smell.
Except toast.
Yeah, after that one time, I can't do it anymore.
Forget avocado toast. We got Vicks toast. You were saying the smell of it is really good?
Yeah, it's such a nice smell.
Icy hot, which I don't suggest putting on just anything, that has such a strong smell too. I don't know what it is about some products that everybody has to know you're using them. But I used to play softball in a league, and I want to get back to that here this year. Last year was, of course, the pandemic. But, come home sore because I don't do as much running and physical stuff. So I'd rub on the icy hot, and Hannah would always go, woo, somebody had a good game today. How many hits did you get? And I said, well, I didn't get any hits, but I sure ran a lot.
I had a lot of walk-ons.
Walk-ons. We got to talk about baseball a little bit.
You take the walk, right?
Oh, I got you.
After the four...
The four balls.
The four balls, you take the walk on.
Yeah, well, let's go with that.
Isn't that what it's called?
Just a walk. Walk-on's a city. But
whatever. Don't be mean to me. I got it right.
I'm not being mean to you.
You're just bullying me because I'm a woman. I don't know sports.
Well, it's not my fault you don't know sports, but not bullying. Or we got Gender Bender coming up, as we mentioned. Speaking of gender things, maybe a sports question, maybe a baseball question will show up on there. I think we would accept walk on if we had said what happens after 4 balls. We'd say, oh, walk on. Probably wonder if you were talking about the city. But
You walk on.
yeah, to first base.
Yes.
There you go. All right, so that's coming up in just a few minutes. Marks in the Morning rolls on with news and weather on the way as well. And Tim McGraw's new song, Undivided.
Ready? Are you ready? It's time to play Gender Bender on Marks in the Morning. Hey, Johnny Marks, who are our contestants today?
On the phone and ready to roll for Gender Bender, we've got Tara. She lives in Clarksville. Tara, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. Glad to hear that. I hope you have a good day at work. I know you mentioned you're on your way to work. Before you get there, we're going to play Gender Bender, and you're playing against Jason, who's from Waterloo. Jason, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Are you on your way to work, or what do you have going on today?
Dropping my son off at daycare.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Is he still with you in the car right now?
Yeah, he's on my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, he could help you out. You never know. You might need, we'll ask all Sesame Street questions today, right, Kerri?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
We will get started, and I'll explain. I know you two have both played before, but I'll explain the game to anybody who's listening and hasn't heard it. They'll each get 3 questions aimed at the opposite gender. If you end up with a tie, or we get a tie at the end of the game, then we go to a tiebreaker. Otherwise, that's it. Our winner will be the person who has the most questions right. Tara, you got through first. Are you going first, or is Jason?
I'll let Jason go first.
All right, Jason, good luck. Kerri Max, got your questions.
Okay, Jason, this Sunday is the Grammys. True or false? Miranda Lambert will be performing at the 2021 Grammy Awards.
True.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, Grammys aren't the best at country music representation, but at least we have 3 this year, and Miranda's probably the biggest of them all, or the best known.
Yeah, definitely. Mickey Guyton and Brandy Carlisle also. Okay. According to Martha Stewart, how often should you wash your bed sheets?
Oh,
Every 2 months.
Once a week.
well, I'm on the Jason train.
I'm
Sorry,
on
Martha.
I'm on the 2 weeks is okay.
Okay, so nobody's on the Martha train.
Nobody's on the Martha train. That's right. Okay, Jason, this is your final question. What do you call the colored outer peel of an orange? The colored outer peel of an orange.
Orange peel.
Well, what's the scientific term, I think, is what Kerri's looking
the
for.
The scientific term. Should I give the answer?
Well, do you have a more scientific answer, Jason?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
No, I wouldn't know either.
That's
What is
okay.
it, Kerri?
It's zest.
Zest.
And you could
Zest.
you could tell I had a bit too much zest because I was too eager to answer the question for you, Jason.
All right, Tara, the score to beat is 1. Let's see how you do. We'll start with question number 1. Congratulations again to Iowa Hawkeye player Luka Garza, named Big Ten Player of the Year again. Luka Garza is not 6'8". Is he taller or shorter? Tara, 6'8", taller or shorter?
Taller.
He is quite a bit taller, 6'11". That's what I put on my driver's license. We'll see if anybody finds out that's not true. Question
I've
number...
watched him play. He's got to be taller.
Yeah, no, he is. He is a tall man. All right, question number 2. How often is there a census done on the American people? A census. I think we just had
Every 5 years.
Close. It's every 10 years. Every 10 years, there's a census. And we'll move on to question number 3. You need to get this one right to win. Otherwise, we'll go to a tiebreaker. What is the proper name of a female rabbit?
Hair?
No, that's a good guess. It's a doe. Doe, like a deer. A female deer.
And Ray, a drop of golden sun.
I knew you were going to go there. All right, so we're going to go to a tiebreaker. It's percentage-based. The closer guesser wins. Doesn't matter if you go over or under or any of that. Just whoever's closest. And Jason, you'll get the first guess. Here we go. In a recent survey, what percent of single people, men and women, single people, say that intelligence is the most important thing in a partner? From 1 to 100%, single people, both genders, intelligence, most important thing in a partner. Jason, what do you think?
Let's do 37.
37%. And Tara, what's your guess?
I'm going to say 45%.
45%. Okay, that is a lot closer. The answer is 57%. I was surprised, too. Kerri asked me that one off the air, and I was like, 5%. 57%. Tara, you are closer. You are our winner this morning. Jason, you can certainly call back and try again. We still got a couple more games yet this week, okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Nice
Have a great
try.
day. We appreciate your call. Congratulations, Terry. You are our winner today. You're going to Silver Eagle. Yeah. Nice
Yay.
job. Yeah. Hang on the
I
line.
need some stuff for the summer.
Oh, yeah, perfect. And your intelligence is higher, too. We just, you won the games. Technically, no, I'm not saying higher than Jason, just in general. Another win for the ladies today. It's Marks in the Morning, and we'll have another chance for you to win tomorrow on the show. By the way, if you're keeping score at home, 23 wins for New Country. A guy with a new song and a new album on the way will be with us tomorrow. What's that? Yeah, Justin Moore. This is his most recent hit, going for number one. Certainly he's hoping for it. It's called We Didn't Have Much. Why We Drink was a number one hit. That was his big single before that. So that song it's unattached. It's not in a committed relationship. It needs a new album. So we're going to maybe get some answers from Justin tomorrow on Marks in the Morning, see if we have a new album on the way. Intern Skyscraper, how you doing? Everybody's standing except for me, so I guess I'll get up here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Glad to have you on the air. Glad to have you on the show. Intern Skyscraper is often with us. He just doesn't always talk on the show. So it's nice to have you on.
Yeah.
And we're going to play a game that you've been here for, but I'll explain it very quickly. It's super simple. It's called the backwards game. I'll say a word, you'll say a word, Kerri, etc. And then it gets spun around in reverse. And I play it backwards. And then you have to try to say it backwards. Kerri's having problems with her headphones.
Yeah. Are you having?
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
You can't hear anything?
It's just really scratchy.
Let's try this. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we are.
I'm actually plugged into a radio, so I don't hear the same thing these guys hear. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can hear okay?
Yes, I felt like my mind was melting. I was like, am I short circuiting? Is it the rain?
I hear you. This control board that we're using was made before anybody in the studio was born. And if you think I'm embellishing, go back and watch some of our videos. You'll see it. All right. It used to be white. Now it's like this cream color. It's just aging. Okay. I'll go for it. I'll kick it off. And it's not an official game. It's just bragging rights, I guess, for lack of a better word. Spring. So my word is spring. And so it sounds like this. Spring. Oh, it's only in one channel. Hang on 1 second here. So here we go. It's spring. Spring. So now I have to turn it around in reverse, and it sounds like this. Wow, that's going to be hard. And I have to try to say that and make it sound like spring. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. I didn't like that, but I guess we'll go with it.
It sounded like one of those 90s snacks that you had. Like, gotta get my nerps on.
Let me get my nerps. Okay. Let me hear it one more time. Nerps. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn it around, and it sounds like spring. Yeah, that's good enough. Come on, what other season would you confuse that for?
Sprung.
Oh, that sounds like spring. Spring. That's kind of.
Spring.
All right. Intern Skyscraper, hang on, you're on deck. We won't make you go next. Kerri back, she's a pro at this. Whenever you're ready.
Ragbri.
Oh, that's an acronym. All right.
That should count, though.
That's fine. So Kerri's word is
Ragbri.
all right, you ready to hear it in reverse?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck.
that sounded like a subliminal message you'd hear on like an old record if you played it backwards.
Yeah.
I think I have the sudden urge to ride a bicycle.
I have the sudden urge to vote for Nixon.
All right, let me play it again.
Yeah.
I don't think any number of plays is going to help you, but whenever you're
Okay.
ready, good luck.
Narbigar.
All right. Kerri having an out-of-body experience.
Narbigar.
That has to sound like Ragbri. Here we go.
Ragbri.
That was surprisingly not bad.
It was like Ragbri.
It was like a Ragbri. You added
I felt like I was a old 1950s. You know those actresses back in the 1950s or something that have the transatlantic accent? Like,
Yes.
Ragbri.
Yeah. All right, Skyscraper, you're up. What's your word?
I think I'm going to do leprechaun.
Okay, go ahead and say it.
Leprechaun.
All right. Hang on 1 second here.
Leprechaun.
So the word is obviously
Leprechaun.
nice and easy. Let's hear it backwards. Your word backwards. Leprechaun sounds like this.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Can I hear that one more time?
Yeah. Here you go. One more time. Let me give it to you one more time.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing.
Whenever you're ready.
Knockerbell.
that sounded pretty good to me.
Oh, I love this so much.
Let's hear it one more time.
Acrobat.
That sounded good. I think you might be onto something. Let's see what that thing sounds like in reverse.
Leprechaun.
That was pretty good. I don't think there's any mistaking which holiday you're about to celebrate. You're already drunk, but you're about to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Leprechaun.
There you go. All right, it's the backwards game. We'll call that a win for everybody. How's that?
Yes.
Nice and fair. It's Marks in the morning. Looking at a little bit of rain here. It's actually quite dark at our studio. Normally at 8:20, it's quite bright, but it's not. So not going to see a lot of sunshine through the early part of the day. But we'll maybe get some later on. Light rain on and off, and 70 for a high. Not bad at all for March. That's not bad for April, let alone March. All right, here's before we got Student of the Week. We want to announce our Student of the Week. 8:20 right now on Wednesdays. We do our best to get our Student of the Week award presented to you. We will have one next week, by the way, even though Waterloo will be out of school. They're on spring break next week, but we'll still have one. So we'll get to that in just a sec. But a couple things. Number one, a reminder that tomorrow at about this time, we might be just wrapping up tomorrow at this time, but Justin Moore is going to be on the show with Kerri and I. Justin Moore will join us to talk about upcoming music. We'll see if we can get him to spill the beans. Record labels can be very particular about what you can and can't say about upcoming music releases because an artist and their team and their producers will put out an album, right? Mm-hmm. But then it goes to, the label decides when it goes out. So if Justin were to say, I've got a new album coming in April, I have no proof that that's the case. He doesn't know. He has no reason to know. But so we'll see if we can get him to slip.
Ooh, I hope so. Let's see what we can do.
But we'll also get into the kind of the backstory of his last couple big hits. And whatever else he wants to talk about. We got some great questions for you, by the way, from you, including questions about collaborations. And I don't just mean musically. If you want to know more, check it out tomorrow. We'll talk to Justin. Justin's got a podcast. So we got a lot of things to ask him. I'm excited to have him. One of those times I wish we could have him for more time than we'll probably be allowed to have. Hey, Kerri, can you tell us about our Student of the Week for the week?
Yes, I can.
I couldn't think of another big word to use there. Our Student of the Week for the week.
Our current honoree, one might say.
There you go. I like that.
This week we're honoring Jaden M., who is an adorable little first grader from Orange Elementary. Oh my gosh. My favorite thing is we all see your photos and nominations. So Johnny sent me this photo so I could put together this write-up. And he's like, she has her hands up. She's doing like a thumbs up.
I thought she was doing a thumbs up.
But she's holding up 2 large pieces of hair because apparently she's donated her hair twice. Once when she was 4 and once when she was 6 years old. And oh my gosh, in the nomination form, we got a quote, and apparently she does it because she wants to be able to help sick kids.
That is sweet.
That's so
nice.
Sweet.
First grader put her at, about 6 or 7 years old?
Yes, I believe so.
And to be thinking about other people is really sweet at that age. I don't remember first grade. I don't remember 9th grade. I remember most of high school, but that's about where I start to remember. It was like some of the best memories come from 12th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. But at that age, be so selfless. That is sweet. You said where she goes to Orange Elementary?
Orange Elementary, yeah.
She joins Nadia and Ellie and Tate. We had Arnella and Chloe as Student of the Week winners. Mm-hmm. And we got a submission. I'm not saying this will be for sure, but I think next week we're going to move out of elementary. It doesn't matter. K-12. I mean, we love honoring any age group. But Jaden is our latest winner. She's a first grader at Orange Elementary. Enjoy next week off, Jaden. She'll probably be doing nice stuff. If I had a week off, I'd be watching Price is Right and sleeping in.
She's probably going to walk an old woman across the street. She's probably going to feed the homeless. And you're going to be at home watching Bob Barker.
Yeah, well, he's not around anymore, but I'll be walking old ladies to, we'll go out to eat. I'll be walking old ladies around. What are you talking about? I'm walking old ladies. I would help an older lady cross the street. Of course,
would you?
My luck, with my coordination, she'd probably be helping me.
She'd be like, come on, Johnny, let's go. And you're like, but I can't. I pulled something.
Why are we going so slow, Sonny? No, congratulations to Jaden. And if you want to nominate a student, K-12, please do. It's the Waterloo Public Schools Student of the Week Award. By the way, all of our winners get a free meal at the Screaming Eagle. And during your time there, while you're having your meal, you get unlimited skee ball. The Screaming Eagle Bar and Grill in downtown Waterloo will also send you a certificate. So it's not just a nice write-up, which it is, but also you get something free. The kids do more specifically. So go ahead and nominate the student in your life you have a couple of ways of doing it here. You can go to the K92.3 app and tap the Nominate Student button, or just go to the Student of the Week tab on the K92.3 website, which is K923.fm. Either way, you'll go to the same place and you'll see all the info that we need there. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes with news and weather, plus Blake Shelton's new one, Minimum Wage. It's Marks in the Morning. It's Brett Eldridge. Marks in the Morning. Okay, so JP is here. Good morning, James.
Good morning, ladies and gent. Lady and gents. Sorry.
Lady and gents,
We
yeah.
3 fellas in here.
Intern Skyscraper, JP, and then me. I always feel very short, so thank you, Kerri, for helping me feel that.
Excuse me. I feel like I'm talking to giants sometime, not when I'm talking to you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well,
Mental giant.
I'm usually standing, so you guys all dwarf next to me.
Yeah, you're very tall. Anyways, so when you're standing, it's even worse. We were talking earlier, Luka Garza, who's had a great run with Iowa. His number's been retired.
Who?
He's this guy. He's this guy who plays for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Oh, him.
He looks like a James Bond villain, but he's an incredible player. He does.
I've
I'm
also
sure
heard
he's-
the comparison that he looks like a World War II fighter pilot.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
Very stoic-looking face, big jaw.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's served in World War II.
He just has that image. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Incredible basketball player, too. Anyways, we were talking about him. He came up in gender bender, and the caller got it right, but the question was about his height. Do you know how tall he is?
Is he 6'11"? I don't. Okay.
6'11".
I knew he was just under 7.
Isn't that, just think about what life would be like to be that tall. You're 6'1" or 6?
6'1", something around. Yeah.
Skyscraper 6'2", 6'3"? 6'5". Oh, wow. Sorry. You do not want to get a person's height wrong. He's like 6'5", and a finger went up.
It wasn't a thumb.
No, he was pointing up, though.
I'm literally a foot shorter than him.
Well, think about Aaron, Skyscraper as we call him, and think about 6 more inches tall. That's Luka Garza, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 6'11", and that's tall. That's very tall. There are 7-foot-plus tall college basketball players, and they're very young. Imagine your entire life where, if you do make pretty good money, if you get into the NBA, you're renting cars that fit your size, and you can't really complain. But imagine being that tall and not making pro basketball level money, or athlete if you play a different sport. Imagine going through life needing to modify everything in your home, or finding the right home, finding the right car. I mean, I'd rather sit on phone books rather, and be too short than be too tall.
Oh my goodness. Imagine being a 6'11" lawyer who just has to sit at his desk all day.
Objection. I couldn't hear you up here. Can you say it again?
I would not want to tick him off, though, if that's my lawyer.
No, you're right. But just, the sheer size is incredible. And if you've ever seen Luka in person, I'm sure a lot of people have prior to COVID when he was playing in front of crowds.
I've always read that people of that size, one of their biggest, this is a kind of a first world problem, but shoes. It's hard to find shoes when you're that big because normally they don't make shoes that big. You have to have special order shoes.
Imagine trying to go bowling and trying to find the right bowling shoes.
Oh, no, you have to buy your own bowling shoes custom made. That's frustrating. I have a foot size of 11, so I understand the struggle.
You have 11 in female size?
11 in female.
That's what I wear in male size.
Is it? Yeah, me too. I'm an 11. So what would that make you in a men's size?
I think I'd be a 10.
Okay.
I don't know how that works. Why can't they just have one universal size?
Because things can't be easy,
I know.
JP.
It's like metric system and the standardized system.
It is. Anyways, when you get to be that tall, there are some advantages, though. Like if you break a leg, you can use 2 ladders as crutches. It's a lot easier. You don't even have to go get
I
crutches.
should have known there was a joke coming with this.
No.
That's a big setup for that joke.
Oh, thank you. We'll ask Skyscraper. It's also nice because no matter where you are, you can see your house. Okay, there you go. There's 2 for you. All right, JP, it's 8:42. It's time for a history lesson.
Well, from the sport of basketball, let's move to baseball since it starts 3 weeks from tomorrow.
That's right.
Major League Baseball season. It was on this day, March 10th, 1941. The Brooklyn Dodgers, which are now the LA Dodgers, announced that their players, for the first time, would be wearing batting helmets. Before
Really?
this, it wasn't mandatory that you had to wear batting
Can
helmets.
you imagine taking a 95-mile-per-hour changeup in the head?
The GM for the Dodgers at the time predicted that all baseball players would soon be wearing these new devices on their heads.
He was definitely right. What year? I missed that.
This was 1941, so what, 80 years ago?
But not to top that, but with 20, 30 years later, and hockey players still weren't wearing helmets.
Isn't that crazy?
Or they didn't have to. Some did. Yeah, and football players, their old helmets, you look at some of those old photos, they didn't look like they could protect you from a rock,
It
let
looked
alone
like
an elbow.
a leather sack, basically, was what they had on
Looked
their
like
head.
They were wearing a grocery bag on their head.
Yeah.
So you're saying in the 40s, baseball mandated, one team mandated helmets, and it took that long for all sports to catch up. And wondering why there's head trauma.
If I had all the talent in the world for baseball and say it's 1935 and they were going to pay me hundreds of dollars then, which would have been a lot, to play a sport, a game, and I realized how fast these guys are throwing. Now, it's not like how they throw. They didn't throw 100 miles per hour back then. But still, I'm not taking that chance. All it takes is one shot to the face without a helmet.
You see ball players, too, get hit, not in the head, but in like the back or the shoulder, and it does not look... First of all, they look PO'd, and next, they go down to first, and it looks like it takes them that whole walk of 90 feet to like shake it off. And even then, it doesn't look pleasant.
Oof. I used to play softball. Oof. I kept getting hit, but it would always be like very slow balls too. But they would still hurt.
Imagine that at 80 plus miles per hour faster.
Ow.
No thanks.
I remember when I played high school baseball and then amateur afterwards, and I remember that every time I got hit, because I'm not a tough guy. I mean, I'll admit that. Every time I get hit, I go, It's like a little squeamish, not even a grunt, just,
Well, you made it this far, JP. You have 3 kids. You've done something right. We'll be back in a few minutes on Marks in the Morning with Brett Young's new song, Lady. And we also have national news coming up. Kerri will share more coming up in 6. Speaking of Florida, I don't know if it's necessarily Florida, but I'm seeing a lot of friends on Facebook that have hit the beaches. So a lot of people are traveling.
Is it spring break this week or is it next week for many colleges?
Well, I know UNI doesn't have one, but this week, I know Florida's packed with spring breakers.
Okay.
So there's probably countrywide some that have started and some that haven't. Waterloo's is next week for school. So probably, we're probably in about the thick of it for a lot of colleges. But it's crazy because so many people obviously had to put off plans last year. And at this time, everything was starting to shut down. By St. Patrick's Day, it was no luck of anybody. No, forget the luck of the Irish. We were all stuck at home. But this year, it seems like more and more people are traveling. Now, here we were in the studio just talking about where we wanted to go. And Kerri's never been to Las Vegas. You're in your early-ish 20s, so I guess I can
early-ish.
see why.
Oh, no. I'm getting to that stage.
Kerri Mack has a gray hair. I didn't want to say it, but now
No, don't say that.
But you are of legal gambling age, though, now.
I am of legal gambling age, yes.
Which could be good and bad if you go to Vegas, because as a first-timer, you'd be more apt to just, I'm going to spend money here, I'm going to spend money there. But if you've been there a few times, then you realize this is what I need to spend here.
Couple tricks. I go every year. Last year we did not go. We were supposed to go in April. But I'll give you a couple tricks. If you go to Vegas for the first time, or any time, if you're going with friends or whoever you're going with, family, probably not go by yourself. That you might have a problem. But if you're going with friends, leave your wallet at home, minus your ID. Bring your ID. My goodness, you're going to need that. But grab your debit card, take some cash out of the cash machine, and bring the cash. And you can bring your wallet, but leave your everything in the wallet or purse at home, so you can't take out more money.
That's smart. That's very smart.
If your friends are like, "Oh, we're going to go out to eat afterwards," then bring enough that you're willing, but you got to be willing again to stop playing. And I know that's kind of a bummer, but that's what we do. And I go with either a threesome or a foursome. And when we go as a foursome, at least one of the 3 other guys doesn't gamble at all. So he just wanders off and does his own thing. And he's perfectly happy with it. The other 3 of us do. And so he'll wander back and he'll be like, guys, it's been 4 hours. And we're like, oh, geez. You got to be careful or you will lose all your money. JP was saying, hey, flights out of Cedar Rapids are cheap. Problem is, you fly out of Cedar Rapids cheap and you come home with nothing because you spent it all.
That's why you get a round trip ticket. If you get a one way, you might be in trouble. You need to get a round trip.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! I really just want to see the residencies like Britney Spears or Cher. I know Kelly Clarkson was supposed to have one.
Kelly Clarkson was going to do. Yeah, that's right. That got scrapped. There's a lot of great things to do in Vegas besides gamble. But if you are going to gamble, leave your I don't want to say purse or wallet, but leave everything in there like your debit cards or credit cards that could get you in trouble. Or bring your credit card if you can't take out cash with it. That's how you can pay for dinner and souvenirs and drinks, and then you won't be compelled to gamble.
That's very smart. Should I bring a fanny pack?
Yeah, bring a fanny pack.
and no
You'll
one
fit
will,
right in with the other weirdos in Las Vegas.
no one will want to talk to me.
Make sure it's neon colored too.
Yeah,
the
neon.
brighter the better.
80s. It's got to look like it came out of Miranda Lambert and Elle King's music video from last week.
I have like 5 fanny packs.
Wait,
There you
there's a difference between having fanny packs and using fanny packs. Do you just have them or do you use them?
I use them. There's photos on my social media.
I've never seen this.
Do you use more than one at the same time?
Why would I use more than one?
Maybe you have a lot of crap to carry around. I don't know.
What exactly are you putting in these fanny packs?
For women, you have to bring chapstick, deodorant.
That's why you have a purse.
Purse.
No, I hate bringing a purse because then I have to carry it everywhere. Just put it on my fanny pack, and then I can I put my keys in there, and I always lose my purse. So I love bringing
You
the fanny
truly
pack.
are a 65-year-old woman trapped in a younger woman's body.
But there are some fashionable fanny packs. I have quite a few. I left them at home in
Do
Pennsylvania.
you have diamond encrusted leather fanny packs?
No, I have a fringe one.
You're gonna look like a pro wrestler right out of the 80s.
It's also so weird when it's around the front. That's not a good look. I have a very bright neon silver one, and I have a clear one.
Neon silver.
Or it's like a bright silver.
Oh, okay.
I knew a guy who had a horse named Neon Silver. Jeez.
Giddy up.
Yeah. Well, Kerri, if you do go to Vegas, just be sure your friends love you for who you are and don't abandon you there while you're walking around the strip with your neon fanny pack, neon silver fanny pack.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You do you, boo boo.
That sounds like a band name. Neon silver fanny pack.
I know, I like it.
It sounds like a parody band.
Or even just neon fanny pack.
Yeah.
Love it.
I would be the ringleader for that, yes.
Well, if you're traveling, love to hear from you. Tap the message button. And maybe if you're listening, I always loved when people listen on their app remotely, like you're somewhere far, far away. Love to hear from you.
Can I give you a tease on today's weird news?
Yeah.
It involves a strip club and a radio DJ.
Well, I guess we know where I was last night. Well, and if that whip sound effect wasn't well timed, we'll hear more next with JP. Weird News Rodeo is coming up in 5 minutes. Parmalee with Blanco Brown on right now. I would love to give you 56, but you'll actually technically get 54 because we're giving you the 2. Okay, anyway, that's coming up. About 9:30 on Marks in the Morning. Right now, it's time for Weird News Rodeo. JP, take it away.
A fight involving several ladies at Sensations Cabaret,
Oh, no.
an adult entertainment facility, we'll call it,
Okay.
landed one Florida woman behind bars. So, of course, this is Florida.
Yeah.
The 33-year-old woman told police that about 4 female co-workers were upset with her. Why? She said they were mad because she was making more money than they were.
Well, you know how that works.
So this upset her because she was being singled out, so she picked up a bucket and threw it at the dancers, which I don't know where was it a mop bucket?
Was it like a bucket where you put champagne or alcohol in it?
I don't know. It just says bucket. I need more information. A radio DJ who police said was at the club at the time, of course he was, said he heard the ruckus and went over to break things up. The DJ said he took the 33-year-old woman to the dance area where she pushed him, trying to get back at her coworkers. Police reported surveillance footage also showed the 33-year-old throwing the bucket and seeking help from the radio DJ.
Oh, gosh.
If I was that DJ, I just would have sat there and nah, I don't want my name out there. This is 3 p.m. I'm supposed to be at work.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, at least he'll have something to talk about on the show the next
I
day.
like how he's like, ladies, I'm a professional radio DJ. You guys need to settle down. I know how these things work.
Oh, my God.
DJs are very good at de-escalating things. We are. It's not like we ever fan the flames. No. That's never what we do.
He's probably psyching her up did you hear what she said about you? Go, go, go.
I would have been like, did she just throw a bucket on stage? Is this part of the show? I've never seen this
part
before.
of the show. I love all talent, and all jobs require talent. But if somebody's working that hard on their routine that they're bringing in buckets and having them thrown in just the right place.
Hey, Cinnamon, do you need this pole? Nah, I got a bucket.
Cinnamon. That's a disgrace to women named Cinnamon everywhere.
Sorry,
no.
sorry, all the Cinnamons out there.
Wait, her name's
All right.
Cinnamon?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's Paradise. I don't know.
Well, when you've got a strip club down in Florida where DJs are just showing up to break stuff up, obviously They don't need much advertising.
In Florida, they call that Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. All right, it's Marks in the Morning. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with local news and weather. We also have Luke Bryan on the way. It's Marks in the Morning on K92.3. Look at we are the Cedar Valley's #1 for new country. Who have I got?
It's Linda.
Hey, Linda, how are you today?
I'm good.
Where are you calling us from right now as we speak?
Waterloo.
Waterloo. I've heard of that. Guess what? You are a winner, Linda. You are caller 10.
Yay!
Linda, tell me what you're doing today. What you got going on?
Just doctor's appointment. Fun.
Oh, well, I hope everything's okay.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, okay. You sound like me when I decide not to go to the doctor. That's exactly what I say. Like, it's fine. Hang on for us for a second. We'll get your information, a couple free crispy chicken sandwiches. And Linda, we're going to throw in a couple of free bakery items as well from McDonald's. Thanks again to the Soy for Family McDonald's for hooking us up. Hey, you know whose birthday it is today?
Whose birthday?
Kerri Underwood.
Ooh.
Kerri Underwood. She is just south of 40
Wow.
today. Happy birthday to Kerri Underwood. Kerri and I are, I think this, let me double check on this. Yeah, well, she's 38 today. So we are almost exactly the same age. Actually, I'm about a year older than her because my birthday's in May. But Kerri's 38 today. So happy birthday, 38. For Kerri Underwood. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. I'd love to hear from you. You can always tap the message button on the K92.3 app. You share a birthday with Kerri. You share a birthday with homewrecker Olivia Wilde.
She's not a home wrecker. We're not having this discussion.
I love Jason Sudeikis. He's one of my favorite actors. There are very few actors, we've talked about this on the show, that I would go see something for because the so-and-so's in them, but he's one. I've seen We Are the Millers. I think I bought it.
We Are the Millers is fantastic.
That is good. And Jennifer Jennifer Aniston is really good in that. So, I'm sorry. I'm biased. Kerri Underwood. Who else? I don't recognize a lot of these people.
I've got a good name for you celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, who's that?
The great Chuck Norris.
Is he?
He is 81 today.
Scroll down that far. You're right.
Do you know what the fear of Chuck Norris is called?
What's that?
Logic.
Oh my God!
I did hear his tears cure cancer. Actually, we should tell our last caller there that she could just go see Chuck Norris. And
Oh
she doesn't
my
need to see the doctor.
Did you know one time Chuck Norris uppercut a horse?
Oh, did he?
It's now called a giraffe.
Oh man!
Chuck Norris jokes are the best.
Chuck Norris can blow bubbles with beef jerky. That's hardcore. Kerri, it's your turn.
I don't get the hype around Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris in the 1980s was like the ultimate action star. A lot of his movies were so cheesy, but he also starred in Walker, Texas Ranger in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But Chuck Norris is like 18-time over black belt. He used to train with Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look his age.
He is BA, and happy birthday to him. Kerri Underwood, and you, if it's your birthday. It's also John Hamm's birthday, if you were a fan of, what was that show? John Draper, he played.
Mad Men. Good show.
Very good show. I thought he'd be like the next George Clooney, just big everywhere. He seems like a really good actor. Maybe he can only play Don Draper. I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything else.
He's in a lot of comedy stuff right now. He's in some TV shows. He did something with Ellie Kemper on Netflix.
He's a clown on an H&R Block commercial, too.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know that.
I'll find it for you. All right, we'll be back to wrap things up. Kerri Mac's going to hit us with one more Nashville News Minute this morning, and then we'll call it good and send you off to work with 30 Minutes Nonstop Country.